the more you overthink your training and not actually run, the slower you will get. Let me explain. Back when I was training for my first half marathon in April, I would overthink so much. I would watch videos on how to create a plan. I would ask ChatGPT on how to create a plan. I would ask my friends on their plans, and I would try to optimize as much as possible. When the simple answer was, you don't need to optimize as much as possible. You don't need that extra 5% that the pros need. Because if this is your first half marathon, your goal is just to finish it. You don't know if you're going to finish it or not. And when you're trying to optimize for that 5%, 1%, 3%, you're going to make training not fun. You're going to do workouts that you find are not fun for you. And when you're doing workouts that aren't fun for you, you're not going to do them. How do I know this? I did the same thing, dude. I would go on the internet and find random ass drills and stuff that I wouldn't do. I would just put in my training, or I would put in my notes and not do them. And that would demotivate me even more next time I had to train. But right now, as I'm training for a full marathon, I understand what I have to do and what's extra that I don't really have to do, but it would help. And the things that are optional but would help, they're not going to help if you don't do them. And if I had just trained how I liked and actually went running instead of forcing myself into it and ending up not liking the training and just hating running. And when you do something that you don't like when you force yourself to do it with discipline, you're just not gonna do as much as possible. You're not gonna do as much as you think you should be doing it. And if I had just stuck to the basics of running, easy runs and polarized training, for example, I'm gonna get into that later, I would have had a much better finish and probably a faster time and a much better time running. And if I had just trained the way I liked and not overthink every little detail and every little optimization, I would have done so much progress because I actually liked training. I actually liked running, but I didn't like these workouts that I saw online. But I thought, oh, that's an extra 5%. That's an extra 2-3 minutes. I might as well do it. But I ended up not even doing the whole workout because I didn't like that particular part. I'm gonna put an example week at the end. Very simple, very bare bones. You can build off of it however you want. But the basics of running is, and this is the most bare bones way, the easiest, let's say, the most simple way to train is doing polarized training. And I'll give you an example week at the end, which is very bare bones. You can build off of it exactly how you like, and you can do whatever you want. This is not a set plan. This is just an example, and you can tweak anything you want. And this example week is going to be the best thing for beginners because it's going to be very simple. It's going to be using the polarized split, which is basically just doing 80% of your weekly volume at zone 2 and 20% in zone 4. And zone 2 is just, it's basically 60% of your heart rate. So if you have a watch or a heart rate strap, you can track that. Or if you don't, you can use a breathing test. I made a video on this. It's going to be my first video on the channel. You can see that for all the zones, but this is just a quick explanation. If you can breathe from your nose, that's probably zone 2. And zone 4 is going to be a bit harder. It's going to be more like your half marathon pace. It's going to be 80% to 85% of your heart rate. And I found this to be the best plan for me because it's very bare bones and you can go off of what you want. You can customize it how you want and you can add things to it. With the 80% of your weekly volume being zone 2, you can do as many easy runs as you want and then throw a long run at the end of the week. And why this split, you might ask? I found that it works best for me. And it's the most simple thing and you can easily build off of it and you can do whatever workouts you want for the last 20% in zone 4. So for example, sometimes I do fartleks, intervals, tempo, whatever I'm feeling that week. And that just makes it so you never get bored and you never hate training. You always like it. And by 80% of your training volume in zone 2 and 20% in zone 4, I don't mean by kilometers because when you're interval training, that's going to be a bit harder to build kilometers. You want to do it by time. So for example, if you got a 4-hour training week, you got to do 4 hours easy and 1 hour interval or zone 4 basically. And I found the best way for me to do this is when I do my long runs, I like to do the first 80% of it easy pace and then the last 20% of it at marathon pace or half marathon pace. And as an example, we use a 14K long run. You can do 11K easy, so you can easily breathe from your nose or zone 2, And then the last 3K, a bit harder, like at marathon pace or zone 4, which is, like I said, 80% of your heart rate. And this here is my favorite template to use when my friends or family ask me for training. It's gonna be about 6 hours in total. 4.5 of them are gonna be in easy, and then 1.5 is gonna be hard. And you can customize this as much as you want, or you can build off of it, whatever you like. So this is gonna be a weekly plan here. And it's going to be time-based. So on Monday, we're going to do 1 hour easy. And on Tuesday, we're going to do intervals for about 50 minutes in total, including warm-up. Wednesday, rest. Thursday, we're going to do tempo for an hour. I like to take Fridays as rest days so I can give it all in my long run on Saturday. And on Saturday, we're going to have our long run, which we're going to do about 70 minutes on easy pace, and then the last 20 minutes at half marathon pace. And Sunday we're gonna do easy run with some strides, about 1 hour or so. And that's gonna be your full week. You can build off of this. You can put whatever workouts you want. It's a very versatile plan. And a final message for this video is stop stressing about complicated pace charts, training zones, perfect workouts, and just keep your easy days easy, your hard days easy. Your hard days hard, and your rest day restful. That's how I'm training, that's how all my friends train, and that's how you should be training. And that's how you'll get faster. Just don't overthink everything, dude. Just simple as possible. People have been doing it for years. And yeah, it's simple, it works, and it's gonna carry you so much further than you think. If you like this video, you'll like these ones. And remember, train hard and rest harder.